Let's talk about one of the most audacious openings in all of literature. Seriously, it all starts with a bet. But this isn't just any bet. We're talking about a high-stakes wager between God and the devil. We are diving straight into the prologue in heaven from Goethe's Faust.
So let me just ask you this. What if the fate of all of us, you, me, everyone, actually hinged on a single bet with the devil? I know it sounds crazy, but that is the exact cosmic premise Goethe sets up in his incredible Prologue in Heaven.
Now, to really get what's happening with this wager, we've got to zoom out. Way, way out. The story doesn't start on Earth with some tortured scholar. No, it kicks off in heaven, right in the middle of a celestial court. And at this heavenly court, you've got some major players. Of course, there's the Lord, the Creator. You've got the archangels, Raphael, Gabriel, and Michael, and they're singing these absolutely beautiful hymns about how majestic creation is. And then, in walks Mephistopheles, the devil. And you can bet he's got a much, much darker take on things. Okay, this is where it really gets good. The whole scene basically turns into a cosmic debate. It's like humanity itself is on trial, and there are two completely opposing arguments on the table. So here's the core conflict in a nutshell. On one side, you have Mephistopheles, who thinks humans are just pitiful, miserable. He argues that our special gift, our reason, just makes us more brutish, like poisonous flies. But on the other side, the Lord sees something else. He sees my servant, a being who might be confused and aspiring in the dark, but is absolutely capable of growth and clarity. I mean, listen to this zinger from the devil. He uses reason, but to be more beastly than any beast. Mephistopheles is not impressed with our intelligence. He sees it as the one thing that actually makes us worse than animals. Ouch.
So, how does the Lord come back from a burn like that? He doesn't get into an abstract argument about humanity. Nope. He points to one specific guy, the scholar, Faust. He calls him my servant. And just like that, Faust becomes the test case, the living proof that we're more than the devil thinks we are. But hold on, because this is where Goethe just completely flips the script on the whole good versus evil thing. He reveals that the devil actually has a divine purpose. So, what is humanity's biggest flaw from God's point of view? You'd probably guess it's sin or evil, right? Nope. It's laziness. It's our tendency to just stop trying, to get comfortable and seek what he calls unqualified repose. The Lord says it himself, right here. For man's activity can languish all too easily. He soon grows fond of unconditional repose. Basically, without a little push, a little friction, we just get lazy and settle. So what's the divinely appointed solution to our cosmic laziness? Get this, it's the devil. Mephistopheles is literally given a job. He is supposed to be a catalyst, a companion who works, excites, and must create. He's the annoying grit in the oyster that makes the pearl. He's there to keep us on our toes. What a radical idea! And this all leads us to the absolute core philosophy of the entire play. It completely redefines the goal of life. It's not about being perfect, it's about the struggle. It's about the striving. Okay, if you remember one thing, let it be this line from the Lord. I want you to really let this one sink in. Man still must err while he doth strive. This is basically the thesis for the whole of Faust. Making mistakes isn't the problem. It's an unavoidable, even essential part of trying to get somewhere. You see how revolutionary this is? In the old Faust legends, it was simple. You sin, you're damned. End of story. But Goethe's idea is that error is just what happens when you're striving. So the new goal, the new definition of a good life, is just to never, ever stop that struggle. And that's the thing. This story, this bet over one man's soul, it's not really just about Faust. He's just the stand-in. He's the microcosm for all of us. This is a test for all of humanity. So let's be absolutely clear on what's at stake here. The real wager isn't about whether Faust will sin or make mistakes. The Lord has already admitted he will. The real test, the one Mephistopheles has to win, is whether he can make Faust stop striving. Can he tempt him into a state of lazy, satisfied stagnation? And that leaves us with this final, really provocative question. Is a flawed, messy, mistake-making humanity that's always striving for more actually better than a perfect one that's just stopped moving? That's the challenge and the genius of Goethe's Faust. Thanks for diving in with me.